I think he's ready. I think we are all ready. Let's see when the lights come on. I'll let you know when they come on. I'm just watching out the window from the driver's lounge here at Rowrah. The red lights come on. And the red light. Oh, we've got a little bit of a jump from Felix, but he stopped it before he got too much. And they are 3 wide almost going into that first chicane. But once again, it's Henry Hales. He's done it before. Felix standing around the outside of the...
No, Martin's got it. Martin's in second. And in fact, Felix lost a bit of momentum and maybe under threat from Woodall. Actually, not Woodall. It's Junior Wright, I think. And it is looking like that. Maybe Wright will pick up third place. But the top two, who have been the top two pretty much the entirety of this meeting, have already broken away. Yeah. Tandy holds on to third.
That's Heath Smith behind in fourth. Then we've got Junior Wright in that blue livery cart too.
Who's always looking behind himself. And really, someone needs to say Junior look a bit forward a bit more often. The first two really having a scrap there. Martin coming out to look for an early move on Hales, but I think these guys are probably going to be shadowing each other for the remaining 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Not necessarily in this order, but they'll be shadowing along.
Yeah,
so
we've seen this in the heats, haven't we?
The electric motors whizzing away, providing the power for these carts.
Felix Tandy in third, chasing down those leaders. He's pulled out a little bit of a cushion, a tiny cushion, to Heath Smith. However, that's disappeared by the time they come back underneath us.
Oh, he's letting him go.
Yep, he's just let him go, hasn't he? He wasn't going to fight. That was Henry Hales. So Ralph Martin up and into the lead.
Happy to follow into path, I think.
Pulling alongside.
Yeah, off you go.
Early days to be scrapping and squabbling, and I think Henry Hales is as 6 to 8 year olds can be. That's a very intelligent decision to just let him go and follow it.
What happened when they really scrapped in the Superheat 1 is everyone else caught them up.
That's right.
And they had a battle of 7. He knows these two are faster by a few 10-second laps. If they just do 5 laps like this and then worry about their argument, it'll just be between the two of them. Yeah. No one else will be involved.
Yeah. Again, very clever from these youngsters. Very, very clever driving. So these two breaking away now. Let's drop back to third place, shall we? Because I think they're going to play high speed. Yeah, I thought that. Heath Smith's gotten past Felix Tandy, and then just behind them, Junior Wright and Oliver Woodall. And Tandy sliding wide and losing time there. Junior Wright it was that I thought was going to slip up the inside and got me all kerfuffled.
No.
Woodall looking down the inside of Junior Wright, who moves across and slams the door in his face. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth there in that shot into the McRae's hairpin.
Everyone's going wider and wider and wider as the day gets older, isn't they?
Yeah, they are. Maybe these Lacon tyres do wear out towards the end of the day. Remember, they're on a treaded tyre, these youngsters. They're a very robust tyre. I'm not sure how many meetings you can get out of them. I'm not sure.
Probably the season.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's a move down the inside of Junior Wright, and that's Oliver Woodall, who's gone down inside Junior Wright for fifth, and I think he's made that happen as well, Nick.
Yeah, so the chasing pack, as they are, because they're already 2 seconds behind the leaders, who are happily staying in the same order of Martin and Hales. These are 6 drivers in 2 little distinct packs. There are 2 and a 4 as they sweep round Paddock Bend. The blue car in the middle is Junior Wright. And he's just gone back behind Oliver Woodall. So it's Tandy and then Woodall. Ahead of Tandy, it's Smith. And as they complete another lap, still in the opening stanza of this one, we have just about a third of the way through, if you don't count the extra lap. And I think very much the top two have decided they're going to have their breakaway first and then have an argument.
Yes, maybe they are. Henry Hales, 63.592, fastest lap of the race. In second place, following a Ralph Martin. As the race rages on behind them, we've got Heath Smith pulling a bit of a gap away in that, having what will then turn out to be a lonely third place. Felix Tandy just dropping off the rear bumper of him, but Felix Tandy likewise pulling a little bit away from Oliver Woodall. So they're beginning to space out, aren't they? But I'm pretty sure in a few moments they'll be concertinaing back up.
Again. Yeah, I mean, at the front, Ralph Martin's now got 4 cart legs.
Felix Tandy's lost 2 places. Felix Tandy slid wide at Sonny. He's been struggling with Sonny all day. He's been going far too wide.
About to get one in the back again, I think. I know.
Yep. He's been sliding wide, letting the cart breathe perhaps a little bit too much, and getting on the dirt. And lost 2 places there.
Who's the 81? He's got a track limit warning. That's Arthur Rhodes.
The 81 is Arthur Rhodes down in 19th. Incredible to think we've got 23 MightE karts now.
I would expect next year we'll have a lot more.
Yeah, could well be.
Because if you're going to do Bambino racing, as you say, with the massive what could be happening, so they come around and Tandy picks up another place in junior
well,
there.
Well, he's picking a place back, actually, Nick. It's the place he lost.
But if you're going to exactly. If you're going to do Bambino racing, it's much easier to do it this way, isn't it? It's the introduction to karting.
Oh, absolutely.
Doing it electrically is much easier than doing it with a Coma engine, which you said yourself. You're looking at atmospheric pressure and everything else. This thing, you just press the on switch.
Yeah.
Hello, is it on? Yes.
There's Tandy going really wide again at Sonny. It really seems to slow him down going all that way out there. He's got 3 karts behind him as they come across the line now. The leaders have already gone through. Ralph Martin leading, Henry Hales second, Heath Smith, Oliver Woodall, Felix Tandy. What happened there, Nick?
Just a huge amount of curb for the 40 of Woodall. And you see, look, he lost all that lead, and Tandy's going to get him. He lost the momentum, he lost his lead. There's a yellow flag there for some reason. Why is there a yellow flag there?
Don't know, mate. Maybe somebody off round the corner.
That's a back marker. So yellow flag in there.
There's Heath Smith.
It's not the first two. I've just seen them at the corner of my eye, still in the same order of Martin has. His cart's gone up on the wall. That's a 70-something. Might be Christian Dosey, might be Frank Pearson. But anyway, obviously the young lad's okay, so that's fine. And we're taking the cart off that side. But we are with Heath Smith, I think. Is that Heath Smith?
Yeah, that's Heath Smith.
Yeah. There's the top two again, back together. Martin from Hales. Hales has after waving him through, on lap 3, has since then just stuck behind him. It's almost like one of those lorry drivers who want to save petrol on the motorway. And they go, yeah, you go past, and they stay right behind the other Norbert Dentris angle and save a bit of fuel.
It's as if they're touched by a bungee tie, isn't it? They've been so close, just following.
All weekend, not just this race.
I know. And we're well inside the second half with, 3 minutes remaining of this. So we're getting to that stage of any final where, if you are going to follow, and your plan is to eventually make a move, we're getting to that witching hour where you're going to have to make that move. And right now, Henry Hales...
I think that Henry Hales is going to make that move on lap number X, the last lap.
Yeah.
They've got that break now. They're 6 seconds ahead, and it's been an interesting weekend where they really have just looked... The two of them have just looked better than the rest of the field. And I'm sure... I think because this is a kind of a arrive and not quite arrive and drive, but it's all kind of centrally supplied, isn't it? That's what I'm looking for. I think you can. You can see the data. Regulated. You can see the data for these kids and see what's happening. So you can say, why are they quicker? I think it's just down to the fact that the thing you pointed out really early in this weekend is the difference about this track to the other tracks. It's not about bravery. It's not about hanging out the corner. It's about braking. It's about decelerating and accelerating, which is an absolute key talent, and that's where you can make up so much time here.
Yeah, you do, and you make chunks of time. If you get it wrong, you lose chunks of time. And here we are, Ralph Martin switching it on and losing Henry Hales from that bumper. That bungee tie has been cut.
There's a quote from Jackie Stewart, which I read years ago, and I didn't understand. He said, I worked at the accident, he said, coming off the brakes is as important as going on them. Mm-hmm. And I thought, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all, I thought, until I started doing iRacing. And then I realised he was right. How you come off the brakes is incredibly important.
But that's more about load transfer on sprung cars.
What about
a kart? Isn't
no? I know what you're saying, but it's still the same because you've got to keep the kart moving smoothly. And when you're braking heavily, it's how you come back off the brakes. It's the amount of momentum you lose. It's different, but it's still a key point about braking. It's not just slamming it on and not locking up. Mm-hmm. It's about where is your minimum speed, and that is obviously about when you decide to come off the brakes and whether you come off them hard or soft, where you just ease back. That's the point I'm making. I realise it's very different for a four-wheel sprung car, but it's still a point I'm trying to make. As maybe made it.
Beautifully presented.
Thank you.
Back to the league.
Well, I like the fact you had to argue with me. You couldn't let me have it.
No, I didn't.
But suddenly this was the back marker. We've got a big split in the front of the field.
Yeah,
Ralph Martin decided to go, and Henry Hales has been left.
I did mention that Henry Hales has kind of flicked the switch. And
no, Ralph Martin's flicked the switch.
Yeah, that's what I said. Ralph Martin's flicked the switch and left Henry Hales off his rear bumper. Did I just say Henry Hales?
Yes.
Did I really? I was thinking Henry Hales in my head has dropped back off the rear bumper of Ralph Martin, and I'm pretty
sure. 2 laps to go.
I'm pretty sure that that's because Ralph Martin is kind of right. time to go, time to check out. Shall we drop back
Let's
to
drop
third
back.
place?
Yeah, third and fourth are right together, coming around the Paddock Hill bend right now. They're going to come across the start-finish. They look very similar livery, though I don't think they are the same livery. Just happen to have a little bit the same with the orange in the chassis, I think.
Yeah, we'll just see they come now. That's Heath Smith, then Oliver Woodall, then Felix Tandy.
And then it's Wright, Junior Wright. Good to see him looking forward.
And then Jack Harper. So this is a battle for the final step of the podium. So this is pretty intense as Oliver Woodall moves out to the inside and goes down the inside at the
massive mistake.
And Felix Tandy,
mistake by
Felix Tandy has come through, and Felix Tandy's about to take third place.
Heath Smith made a huge error in this. Well, he made a very small error with a huge cost because everyone was so close to him. Just overshot the breaking point entirely, and lost 3 places. It's one of those things. That sort of mistake. If you're on your own, it's just irritating. If there's 2 of you, you lose 1 place. When there's so many carts nailed together, you lose so many places.
Well, he did, because Felix Tandy's reaped the benefits of that one. He's sorted out Sunny Corner now. He's not going as wide. He needs to gather momentum here using all of the track and more. He's got to guard that inside line.
He's going to lose 1.
No, he's not, because he's going to sit on the outside and have the line into the second part of the chicane.
He's not taking any prisoners.
He's not taking any prisoners. That's what I expected the youngster to do. We've seen him do it all day long. Felix Tandy onto the final
fear,
lap.
have they?
No, and he sits there. He's going to have Heath Smith come back at him. We're almost 3 wide there, going towards the ideal hairpin. We'll keep an eye on the leader, Ralph Martin, as these two battle it out for third. They're going to do a switchback, and Heath Smith does the switchback on Tandy. We're going to have to leave this very shortly because Ralph Martin's coming into view down the hill towards the final few corners.
He goes through Sunny.
Into the final turn now, the number 32. Let's see if we can pick him up. There he is there.
Just take him across the line and see if we can get back to this action.
So there is the checkered flag for
That's
Ralph Martin,
winner.
Who acknowledges it. And look at that for
chaos
third.
Behind.
Heath Smith looks like he's got it. That's Heath Smith. He's
Tandy
in
going to be
third.
6th?
Tandy's going to be third, 4th, 5th, 6th or 5th.
No, I think it's a back marker in. I think one of these is a back marker.
I think you're right, yeah.
But I don't know where he's going to be.
Hang on. Ralph Martin wins. Henry Hill 2nd. Heath Smith 3rd. Felix Tandy 4th.
And a back marker somewhere.
Oliver Woodall 5th. Junior Wright 6th. Jack Harper 7th. Jensen James Williams 8th. Etienne Gardner 9th. 10th was Freddie Dye. Incredible end to that one. And that was the switchback that took that third place from Felix Tandy and give it to Heath Smith. And Heath Smith, a great drive there. He knew what he was doing. He let Felix Tandy go through, and then he did the switchback on him. All these kids learning every time they drive these karts.